Thank you very much. I think it's nearer 10 now, but we keep climbing. So thank you to everyone. To actually be standing here and celebrating some of the breathtaking innovation and research from our region is both a pleasure for myself as a GP and for the organisation, which, as you said, I direct, which is the Applied Collaboration, the Research Collaboration North West Coast. And it's that word in its title, collaboration, which has really stood out as being the catalyst for so many of the awards shortlisted here tonight, and indeed through the last 8 years or so. We could only have delivered the awards and sustained them for so long through collaboration between the different infrastructures that are represented here tonight, and we come together each year to celebrate the work that we do. Collaboration is also the linchpin to deliver implementation of research findings, getting that work into practice. The key to improving the relationships between social and primary care, and the vehicle to facilitate the plans of the new integrated care systems and boards for identifying and tackling health inequalities across our region. These integrated care systems, of course, require systems thinking to deliver effective and targeted health and care, particularly for those within our populations with the most pressing needs, something that's only achievable through collaboration across the systems and multidisciplinary experts, whether they're academics, patients, carers, community members, or of course, practitioners. It's no accident that the excellence that we're recognising here this evening integrates collaboration among all of these experts in these projects we're celebrating here tonight. The National Institute for Health and Care Research, which is the research arm of the NHS, created these applied research collaborations to support applied health and care research that responds to and meets the needs of local populations and local health and care systems. So they fill that gap perfectly for collaboration. And we're looking forward to continued work with our colleagues, members and public advisors on our regional initiatives to reduce health inequalities, which blight so many communities and prevent access to core services. These... wasn't that good? Get hecklers wherever you go, don't you? These 15 ARCs around the UK are partnerships between NHS providers, universities, charities, local authorities, academic health science networks and other organisations, whilst also undertaking implementation research to increase the rate at which and the speed at which these research findings can get into practice and make a real difference to people in time. It's great to see so many of our members of the North West Coast Collaboration represented here tonight, and I think it's an appropriate time to acknowledge the many successes our members have brought to these awards, which is not just about recognition, but collaborating, that word again, with others in the room to share opportunities for implementation and to facilitate that co-production that's at the core of excellent innovation. And implementation is the key point to make about the legacy of these awards. The ideas that we're celebrating here tonight, and have been over a number of years, as you saw in the video, must be given the continued support and energy to be implemented in the real world, in those settings where we all work. We can help with that, but it's only through the enthusiasm of individuals believing in the value of research findings and implementing them that their true value can be realised and the subsequent impact and benefits felt. The success of our member organisations will increasingly be judged against their contribution to the objectives of the integrated health system that you've heard so much about tonight, in addition to their existing duties to deliver safe, effective care and the effective use of resources. Therefore, engaging consistently in shared planning and decision-making, taking up opportunities for partners for delivery of services across various footprints, including system, place, and responsibility for delivery of the agreed system improvements and decisions, all of this can only be done by collaboration. There's a theme coming out here, I think you might find. It starts with identifying and acknowledging the opportunities in the regional health economy mix. And as the collaboration opportunities and supply of enthusiasm are there, they just need to be mined and processed as one. We need to enable and reward our workforces to engage in the art of inquiry, encourage them to become role models for collaboration, and remind them not to be afraid to ask the right questions. So, earlier, Dave Sweeney commended me on a story I told in the previous of my lack of sporting excellence. So I'm going to tell another one, because I don't want to bore Dave with the same story. So I am from the north, and surprisingly enough, men play lacrosse in the north, not just women. So I went to a school where we played lacrosse. I wasn't very good, but at least it was a sport I had a chance of occasionally getting out and running around in the field with. And then I stopped at university. I went to Scotland with Jane here, in fact, and girls played lacrosse in Scotland, not men. So I had to play in a mixed team. So I ended up playing for Durham, which was a bit of a journey. And then I retired. And then subsequently my daughters found out about this lacrosse thing, and then I went to the local club and I started coaching, and I started to actually get half decent, only not in a competitive way, but just throwing the ball backwards and forwards and showing off. So a few years later he said, there's a Masters tournament, do you want to come and play? And I thought, oh yeah, okay. So jump in his car, we go off to this tournament, and I'm in the changing room scraping 35-year-old mud off my boots and getting my kit out. And I'm lacing them up and saying, I last played 25 years ago in 1978, what about the rest of you? And the looks I got from the other people in that changing room. So I thought, I might be out of my place here. I played 6th division. So I'm stood on the sideline waiting to maybe get called on, and my colleague says, they're good, this lot, it's Cheadle. 10 of them were in the England team. And I'm thinking, oh my God. So eventually I get called on about 2 matches later for my moment of glory, and I scored. And I sort of said, did you let me? And they said no. And the point is, it's a bit like me being on stage here. We only have small parts to play, but if we are persistent and we do our best, we can achieve even in the presence of greatness. And I'm in the presence of greatness tonight. So thank you very much for giving me this opportunity to spread the message, and let's collaborate together.